So welcome everyone to another round of Minecraft Modded. We are back here at my little chicken coop where my chickens have been quite active. Actually active enough that they started bouncing out just by bouncing on top of each other, glitching. So they got out, some of them did. That's okay. I've got a decent amount of eggs going. You see, I also have a horse, of course. We found some last time and I went ahead and got one, brought them back. That's the stable right now. It's not pretty, but it works. And so, continuing work, trying to break down this little hillside and figure out how I want to tie everything in. I've actually changed my mind a little bit. Instead of doing a big doorway, I'm just going to do like a big wall like I was talking about, but let that be the entrance. But one of the things I've added is a new mod called Inventory Tweaks Reborn. There was a previous one. This is just a redone version of it. And see what one thing it does, which I really like, is once my axe broke, because I still had another axe in my inventory, it automatically cycled it in. So the axe that was here, as soon as the other one broke, just went bam, like that. I don't have to stop to go and change to get the other axe. It saves a little bit of time. And again, same thing. If, you know, any of the tools break like that, immediately pulls down, and it pulls from the first one going like left to right. So the one that was here got cycled in. It's not like it just moves vertically down. So that's a really nice little aspect. I don't have to worry about, you know, stopping to get a new axe or a new pickaxe or a new sword, especially during combat when you're sitting there swinging, your sword breaks. You have to run away, stop, swap the new sword in, or just have an extra one stuck to the side. It's really nice. I'm not going to have to worry about that. Another aspect, which I'll show you right here, just move some stuff around, blah, blah, like that, bam, bam, is auto sort, alphabetical, A to Z, which is actually not something I'm really going to use that much, but it is nice in some cases where if I just want to be like, you know what, sort it real quick so I can make it easier to find stuff. You know, like diamond horse armor goes before golden horse armor, of course. But now, as I did last time, I tested out the Serene Seasons mod, and I ended up not liking it. After I removed it, I found that it had corrupted my level DAC file, and I had to restore from backup, which fortunately I did have a backup from the fact that I sync everything through Dropbox with my save, so it was able to do a, restore the last version. But with that said, I'm going to test some new mods out today that I know there's probably going to be one or two I don't like, or, that I prefer a different one over those. So it's important, do what I'm about to do now, make a save copy of your game save. So take a whole copy of that folder, move it somewhere else as a backup. So I have made a backup copy of my save folder, and I've installed another mod. This is the Miner's Advantage mod. And basically, it's supposed to do a lot of stuff like instant harvesting of trees, which is actually pretty nice. It's actually popping all the leaves too. You see, it's kind of going in a circular pattern around each level, and it apparently broke. Did I lose supplies that way? I got 49, so it's not like I just completely lost everything, but it did kind of mess up the top. Which means I have to do this. Let's do this again. Yeah, okay, so it worked, just not superbly well. And I seem to have auto-collected everything. And that's supposed to work. You just chop the lowest block, and it's supposed to automatically go and do that. Just tear everything out. So let's try it again with this one. So take that block out, and it actually looks more like it goes from outside in, except then you have some right there. It seems like it's some kind of pattern for the blocks that are connected. And it doesn't seem like the blocks, like the items are dropping with it. It seems more like it's instantly putting everything into my inventory from it. So I went and had to look at the config, and it is supposed to be doing everything. Like all of the settings are on. And let's just see, one of the things it's supposed to have is like a magnet type mode. And yeah, all right, so you can see, even though it's supposed to break like all the blocks in a certain radius of the same type. And it's not doing that, but I've still got like a magnet mode that is allowing me to collect stuff from a greater distance. Yep. So that's nice. You don't have to worry about accidentally missing a block just because you walked right on top of it, and for some reason the game lag didn't give it to you right then, and you just kind of didn't go back for it. So that does help a bit. Of course, the tree chopping is very nice. Let's try the crop harvesting stuff. So with the croppination part, which is what it's called, you're supposed to come use the hoe. And so you see what happens is I get seeds, I get the wheat without actually having to replant. So it makes the hoe more useful than just hoeing the land and then that's it. So one other interesting option it has is an area illumination, where it basically just spreads, I guess, as many torches as available around the area to highlight or to light it up so you're protected, or you can see. Or, you know, if you have more than enough, it just does it for the area within a certain radius. And that's using F12. Now, some of this stuff, okay, that's one of the good ones. So another advantage of this one is auto switching tools. Except it did not auto switch that tool. It switched when I used the sword to do it. It did not switch from the pickaxe to the... It's not switching from the pickaxe to something else. The shovel switches to the pickaxe. So apparently the pickaxe is supposed to be acceptable for harvesting. Alright, so dirt does not have a switching trigger apparently. Let's actually go try with the shovel and a tree. Let's just see if it'll work with the regular axe and see what happens. See if it'll actually switch. No, it did not. And it did not cause the auto break thing. So there is some stuff that is problematic. You see also a little weirdness with that. Okay, so chopping from the top, it broke all the way down. That was helpful. But it's still, it's definitely got some bugginess to it. So one thing it's supposed to have, which it should be enabling, left alt, or maybe I'm supposed to hold left alt. There it goes. Is a shaftination. So basically it just creates a quick mine shaft going, you know, forward. And okay, so I hit that. And just because I'm looking at a block, it automatically changes me back from the torch. Let's just take the torches out. Let's put that there. So holding alt, left alt. Okay, so it's not doing it with single ones. Is when there's a connection behind it and it goes so far. You could go and change it in the, you know, options for the shaft or for the config. But yeah, that is interesting. I mean, it's a great quick way to get like a mine shaft going. I'm honestly right now liking the tree harvesting, the fact that it auto switches like right there. If I start, okay, now, yep, dirt, it doesn't work on, but stone, it works on. If you try to break stone, it automatically switches you to the appropriate tool. I guess maybe there's something in the config to change that, but I think that would be a very long list of items to have to do that. So I'm back, fresh load from backup. And so we're going to have the same stylings with this one. This is the excavation mod. And basically what it's got is, it is configurable. You don't get the magnet aspect. It doesn't have the automatic lighting, stuff like that. But what I can do, and that should have turned it on. Okay, let's try this. So you have to hold down the toggle button, not just use the toggle button. And that just broke my tools that I had. So yeah, you hold down the toggle button, which by default is the tilde key. And you might have to remap it based on what is you're doing. So right there, 1x2, 3x3. New shape. All right, let's see. Shapes. Shape 5x5. Okay, I'm not sure how that's changing, unless it's just like I got certain ones saved. All right, so once again, we have this. I'm going to harvest one. And does nothing if I don't hold the button down. And it gets all of it into one pile. So no auto collect. But you see, I still missed looks to be the very top block. Not like, you know, it missed the last one. Yeah. Let's see what happens if I do this. So yeah, it harvested all the way down and I fell and got hurt. So it's getting dark, but I need at least to test in a wider area. So wow, look at it went. It doesn't even seem like it went, you know, over the area. Because I mean, that's like my excavation shape is that, and yet it went and just did a complete flat area, and it went until the tool broke. So I don't know what's going on with that. What do I get as far as, is there resources to the side? What happens if I do it this way? Okay, so it did the middle part. It did not do the sides like that. But what's interesting is it also didn't go all the way back. Like, it stopped there, and I hear sounds like lava. It's interesting. I kind of like the whole design your, you know, tunnel direction type stuff, but it doesn't have the same utility that the other one did. The last one definitely has the advantage over this. And see, there it goes. It's like, all right, whoa. Yeah, all the way down to granite, and it actually did harvest some granite. You can see it actually harvested through that granite. So that's very odd. What's causing it to stop in some places? I mean, there, the pickaxe broke, but why is it that it went through granite here, but not in other places? And so we're back again, reloaded from my backup copy of the game folder. And this one we're testing now is called the Reap mod. Like you're reaping something. And one of the things it has is auto harvesting crops by right clicking. So you see, all right, I fired an arrow. So not the best thing to use that way. Let's go ahead and, no, we'll just use the torch. Right click. Yeah. So right click, it harvests the crop, it gets the seeds, and it automatically replants. So you don't have to worry about doing that. So we've got two mods now that use that. The first one, the miners one, really nice in that it gives extra functionality to the hoe. But in this case, you don't have to worry about going and getting the hoe. Just right click on the crop and it will automatically do it for you. It automatically takes care of it. So there is no having to remember now to carry the hoe around to do that. And I'm assuming using the hoe that way with the other mod, you're still going to slowly wear it out. So you are still going to have to build another one. Now with the trees, as long as you are not sneaking, it breaks all the logs. Not right click. You still, because right click, you've got like the extra little strip the log part. So as long as you are not sneaking, harvesting a tree will harvest all the wood. And you see how easily that one worked. That one actually got all the blocks. Out of the 3 mods so far, the first 2 had problems missing some of the wood blocks. That's the only one that's gotten them all. So I am going to sneak, and it's doing nothing. So if I go boom, oh yeah, because now I am like, I've messed up I have to get the bottommost log. It's not just you gotta get a lower log. Yeah, get the bottommost log, and that takes care of it. So that one, let's actually find another one, because that is a taller one with the branches that spread out. I want to see if it will work the same way with that. So here we have, and that got, I think it got some in there. It's not getting all the leaves. So no super fast leaf harvesting, which honestly, I'm not even worried about the leaves. It's really just the tree aspect. Being able to go in and be like, bam, done. That's going to save a lot of time. Honestly, between the 3, this is the one that works the best with the crops. This is the one that works the best with the trees. But the first one actually gave me the best option in terms of digging. Well, at least with the mine shaft part of it. The second one was very interesting. The ore, the excavation mod was interesting, except for consistency and how it excavated things. So I'm back, and now I actually am testing a combination of the first one, Miner's Advantage, and the third one, the Reap mod. I have turned off the stuff that should conflict, so the Miner's Advantage, I'm not using the tree or crop aspects. I've also turned off the illumination one and stuff like that, so I can, because I just don't see that being useful. And so you see, I don't even have to go to the hoe now. I can come up, right click, I harvest the crop, replant the crop, done, super easy. And so that helps a lot. And now let's do, well, it's not going to grow probably fast enough. Well, how close can I get to harvest an egg? Okay, so that didn't work. I guess because it was not an active drop when I was coming by. Let's see, we'll just do, how much can I get? Yep, I'm still collecting it. So I still have the magnet effect, but it doesn't seem to take effect on anything that's already been sitting there. So let's see if it works the same with, yes. All right, so it does the torch thing. Interestingly, I targeted there, and you see this one torches there, not in the corner. This torch is in the corner. Like a different, maybe it's like the range at which, where I was standing, it couldn't reach that far corner, so it didn't do it. Okay, so with this, it pretty much is continuing to go, yeah, for like a big block. So like the dirt is a different block, like a different size area. Or is it a case of maybe just it's treating it like different blocks? Like, okay, that's grass block, which I harvested, and it went and did grass blocks all through that. Hopefully I didn't have any. Nope, I've already got some growing in. So let's just see. That'll actually be a good test. You see, it skipped those grass blocks there. So it's going based on the same type. And even though it's a dirt block with grass on it, it doesn't count it as a dirt block. So looking in the config, I saw one thing interesting about the Lemonation if you want to use just the Miner's Advantage. And that is if you have shears in your toolbar, when you break the bottom block of the tree, it'll automatically harvest the leaves using the shears too. So that is another thing if you are interested in using just that one mod. Again, I've got the Lemonation effect turned off because look at that. I just walk up with the sword in hand and I get what I need, the wheat and the seeds, and it's good to go. You know, no problem there. Let's actually finally harvest the tree to keep. And we're going to do it with that. And bam, look at that. Super quick. I'm fine with letting that slowly decay. No problem there. And I'll get... And you see, it's just automatically used up that same durability. So it's not like you're cheating in effect of, oh, yeah, I'm doing this. And it's, you know, using the same as one hit. You know, like I'm breaking one block and that's the amount of durability it's using, but I'm actually breaking all of these too. No, you're using up the durability. It's acting like you're still doing the full effort of harvesting the blocks. So you will still burn through your tools just as quickly. It's just a way to save some time and not have to go through and do all the manual aspect of it yourself. And again, with the Miner's Advantage, I've got it set where it's toggled. So I have to hold a button down. As far as the trees and crops, you have to hit with the right click. Tree harvesting, you have to harvest the bottom one and not be using the sneak, the crouch. Beyond that, it's really, you know, I can come up here and be like, you know what, I'm just going to harvest this one right here, and I'm fine. But if I say, you know what, I want to harvest this area out, do that, and the captivation aspect, just capturing it, is great. I need to tweak it for the size, though. That's a little bit deeper than I would like to go, and I could not find anything about turning off the little auto placement of the torches. It did not have anything like that I could find. So not so much on the gameplay aspect today, other than gameplay to test out the mods. But I have now settled on 3 more mods that really work well. Again, the first one that I had already tested, I knew worked, very simple, straightforward, is the Inventory Tweaks Reborn. It lets you sort alphabetically in any storage, including the player's storage. And more importantly, when a tool breaks, it automatically replaces it in your toolbar if you have a matching one in your inventory. So your axe breaks, you automatically get another axe. At least as far as the, stone axe to a stone axe. I haven't tried with like breaking a stone axe to switch to an iron axe, but I'll probably try that. But yes, that's the first one. Then we did the miner's advantage, the ore excavation or ore excavator, and then the reap mod. And out of those three, I've decided not to go with the ore excavation mod just because of problems. The miner's advantage, I've gone into the config file, turned certain options off, so I use only certain ones. And then the reap mod is really great in terms of the farm aspect, where you just automatically replant and harvest at the same time with a right click. No matter what you've got in your inventory, in your hand, just right click, done. Very simple, very straightforward. Harvest the trees very fast. If you are playing on a server, you probably want to do the lumbination aspect of the miner's advantage rather than the reap mod, just because it is built more to handle better on servers, so you're not killing the server processing or the frame rate for everybody when you're doing that. But yeah, I've got 3 new mods that I like. One mod that didn't quite work out. But I will have links for all of these in the description below, so if you want to check them out. And again, before you check them out, make a backup of your game save folder, just in case you don't like it, just in case you have a problem, just so you don't lose your files and get stuck where you can't continue in your game save. But that's going to be it for this episode. So if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, leave me a comment below, and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I'll see you in the next video.